A very good morning and welcome to Kowloon Cricket Club for the final day of the 2024-25 season. It's KCC Morning League Grade 2 final. The top two teams getting through from the semi-finals. The TSING Smashers up against the Nepal Rhinos, the Hong Kong and Nepal Cricket Association. It's going to be a blockbuster on a Friday here from KCC. Aaron Bush and Myra Baloch in broadcast today, as Nepal have won the toss, elected to have a bat, expecting to see Gagan Limbu and Takuri open as usual. Should be Vaisak Uduman to open the bowling for TSING Smashers. A couple of changes to the teams that played in the semi-finals. We'll run through the sides as the teams head out to the middle. Umpire Atif Hussain there doing the officiating. So for the Nepal Rhinos, the captain, Mayu Malakar, Ashish Takuri, the opening bat, and wicketkeeper Suman Shah, Thinlay Kenchab, Vikash Reshta, Milan Adhikari, Gagan Limbu, who's heading out to the middle. Sujit Madan Limbu, who, if he gets a wicket today, will be the leading wicket taker for the Grade 2 season and pick up a trophy post-game. We'll do the post-game presentations again, just like we did yesterday. Deepak Sharma, and rounding out the 11, Partik Paudal. For the TSING Smashers, who are the higher ranked team today, if we don't get a full match on, they will be crowned champions. The captain, Gandhi, is not playing today. He injured himself in that semi-final, so Avnish Saxena comes in as captain. Shrikant Sankar, Bhupinder Singh, Vaishak Uduman, who's there on screen next to Shrikant. Semi-final player of the match, Gary Girish Nair, Ashutosh Singh, the wicketkeeper Sachin Tendon, Vivek Arya, Venkatesh Devi. It might be a chance to pick up Grade 2 MVP. See how he goes today. Into the side for Gandhi, Krishna Kumar Pawar and Naveed Khawaja. We'll keep an eye on when they bat, because there's some stats for Naveed that might get him a trophy as well. Almost ready to get underway. 7:06. A little late starting. No rain this morning, but the covers were covered in water. So umpire Atif Hussain doing the dance to Myra. He's ready. Players are ready. Let's get this Grade 2 final underway. It will be Uduman to Takuri. Yorker length, push just to cover point. That's Krishna Kumar Pawar into the side and into the action early for the TSING Smashers. Go around the fielding positions. Bhupinder Singh is at a gully. Somebody out at deep backward point. Be Ashutosh out there, a long way away from our broadcast area, nice and straight. And first runs off the bat for Gagan Limbu as well. 2 singles to start with. The captain, Saxena at extra cover. Vivek Arya at mid-off. Sankar at mid-on. Naveed Khawaja is at mid-wicket. And there is a backward square inside the circle, which is Venkatesh Devi. This one's driven backward of point. We'll be doing the fielding, keeping it to a single. Takuri thinking about perhaps a second on the arm, but just happy to take one. Measured start so far from the Rhinos, who have been on the rise. Started the season very slowly, being nice. And that's going to go through for 4 wides. Wides plus 4, I think. No. Nothing. No shot offered. Just going to get confirmation from the umpires, so we get the scoring correct here. Should be in for a dot, perhaps. It is. Confirmation. I missed one fielder for the Chingy Smashers. Gary is sitting just backward of square out on the ropes. That's one of the two outside the circle. So both outside the circle are backward of square and point. And that's cut away. And Bupinda does the fielding. That fly gully on the 45 degree behind point. Plenty of tip and run going on as we head back to the KCC Match Centre for the final time this season. It's been a wonderful addition to the morning league. All the stats. A little collision between Vaisak and Gagan. And using the new camera today over the top. It's a good view from the third story of the pavilion, looking over towards the KCC, the Kowloon Bowling Club. The KCC Bowling Club's the other way. End of the over, 5 runs coming from it. HKNCA are 5 for none. Off to the competition centre. It's the captain bowling over number 2. He thinks might have got a bit of glove on that one. So just falling short of Sachin Tendon with the gloves on. Also, Takuri might have missed out there. Short was in the zone to go to the short boundary, backward of square. In the books as a dot. This time, make sure he gets bat on ball and goes well down towards fine leg. First boundary for the Rhinos in the Grade 2 final. Of course, to get here, both these teams, they were ranked 3rd and 4th. So, Chingy Smashers came up against second-placed Sunlawn Titans to get through. And the Hong Kong Nepalese Cricket Association took down top of the table Markor with a 45-run victory back on Tuesday. This is cut in the air. It's not going to carry out to Singh. And they're going to run on the arm this time. And clever running. Very quick between the wickets to Curry. Saw a great Grade 1 final yesterday with the Sky Warriors Avengers being crowned 2024-25 champions. Do it again today. One of these two teams will hold aloft the big trophy. Oh, I'm trying to use the feather wrists. Not much future in that. Good delivery from Saxon up. And chop down as it just dribbles to Bupinda and Gully. Another single. Remember back on Tuesday when the Rhinos played the Markor, these two out of the middle put on a 97-run partnership until Takuri was dismissed for 50. Gagan Limbu went on to make the highest score of this season for a Nepal Rhino player of 67. So they're bringing some form into the Grade 2 final. Short, pulled away. Protection with Gary out in the deep. Player of the match in their final on Wednesday, semi-final. Girish Nair did a fine job. So end of the over. Myra, how many came off that one? 8 off that over, 2 done. The Nepal Rhinos 13 for none. Very close, and the finger goes up by umpire HKNCA, and that's the first wicket to fall. It's the big one of Gagan Limbu out LBW. The Rhinos are 13 for 1. Limbu out for 3. Udaman strikes his first ball of his second over. Well, it's a massive wicket for TSING. HKNCA coming to the crease early on. Left-hander joining Takuri. Vajak to go around the wicket. "12 runs in the semi-final for Thinley. Ended up being stumped in that game. Now some changes with the left-right. They're going to bring a deep mid-wicket in place and bring Gary in from what was deep square leg to a backward point. And sprays that a long way. That one's going to be wides +4. No doubt on that one. Just took off. Extras were a problem for the Marcourt in that semi-final against HKNCA. 27 extras in that game. That one, good runs for the Rhinos, not so good for the TSING Smashers. Resets, stays around the wicket. And gets one to pop up a little bit, so just pushes it onto the leg side. First runs off the bat for Thinley. And again, just onto the offside for the right-hander. 3 point for a single. Takuri, before today, with 157 runs for the season. Second highest scorer after the man that's out, Gagan Limbu. Another boundary. Takuri picks up his second 4. Still 1 ball left of the third. Eventful. Runs have been flowing. The wicket at the beginning, helpful for TSING Smashers. And again, finds runs, pushes it wide of Sanka. So end of the over. 13 runs coming from the third. The Rhinos 26 for 1. Still keeping the runs ticking over. Takuri now up to 17. Saxena into his. Good delivery. Shaping away just past the outside edge. That's driven nicely, but straight to Vivek Arya. He slips in the dewy outfield. And chipped. Gets past Bhupinder. I think he got a hand on that one, so Singh can get around, pick it up, save the boundary. Only singles this over. It's been tidy from the captain. Oh, swatted away. Player out of the deep though. Sunka gets underneath it. No, it's not Sunka. I think it's Vaishak that takes the catch out at deep mid wicket. Big wicket as Thenley Kenchub has holed out at deep mid wicket. He departs for 3. Saxena, the captain, gets a wicket. HKNCA 29 for 2 after 4. Captain comes to the crease. It's the captain, Malakar, at the non-striker's end. Vaishak, he took that great catch. He's going to bowl another. Bowl his 3rd. 5th over coming up. 2 overs remaining in the power play. Oh, it's starting again. Again, Takuri just looking for that little feather. There's a gap through the slip cordon, but it's risky. High risk. Some reward with the short boundary if he can find the edge. Fuller this time, so drives through extra cover. More work to do for Arya. They thought about running on that arm. It was a bad idea, and the captain, Malika, knew that immediately and sends Ashish Takuri back, stay for a single. And again, this time it's the captain slashing it at outside off. Myra, it's not often we see the captain come out number 4 for the Rhinos. Usually lets the other batters come out, but the big grand final, he's promoted himself up inside the power play. Oh, that's nicely driven. Got hands on it, Saxena, at a catching position at extra cover as it bump balled through his hands, and good work from Vivek again. First runs off the bat for Mayu, as the runs are coming along nicely. Dewy outfield, so the ball's going to get wet. You can see the footprints all the way around where Vaishak is standing. That's the marks of the foot walking across through the dew. Takuri always looking for a second. He's very fast between the wickets, but happy with one. He'll take strike and face the final delivery of the 5th. That's a full one. And they're going to run. And a little bit of pressure on Aria this time. Forces the bobble with the slippery ball. 1 over left to the power play after 5. HKNCA 34 for 2. No change in bowling for the power play for the Chingy Smashers, with Udaman and Saxena doing the job alone. Both with a wicket to their name. The captain's been tidy, 2 overs, 1 for 11 so far. Again, fraught with danger. You feel like the edge is coming at any moment here from Takuri. Pretty even power play. Almost, what would you say, Myra? Would you give the power play to the Chingy Smashers or the Rhinos at this point? I think too. She said the Chingy Smashers, and I agree. That's nicely cut. Nicely fielded. Pawa got a hand on it diving from cover point. Slowed it down, and Singh then comes around and cleans up. Bobby saved 3 again there. So it's been good from the Chingy Smashers. They've taken their catch, their chance, and cut off plenty of probable boundaries. We saw a catching fest yesterday, didn't we, for the Grade 1 final? All 10 wickets in the first innings were caught. This one's whipped away, and Gary's moved into square leg inside the circle. He does for Malakar. He moves back out for Takuri. Another appeal on the pad. Going down leg. Well, we probably give the power play to the Chingy Smashers for those 2 wickets. Rhinos trucking along nicely. Not going to get that big opening partnership as they did in the semi-final, so they've got work to do. This time, that one's cut away through slip. That'll be 4 runs. A little fluky. Malakar will take it. Does the chop down. Just 1 ball left of the power play. Then Chingy Smashers can put a few more outside the 30-yard circle. Still having to dry the ball off. It'll be that all day you'd expect. Hopefully the showers stay away, but it's Very overcast. Don't think we'll see too much sunshine today. Big wind up. Did he get an edge on that one? I think he did. Yes, he did. The captain has to depart. Captain to captain. And Malika has nicked off to Sachin Tendon. And Saxoner gets a second right at the end of the power play. HKNCA 41 for 3. There we go. What a big wicket. Back into the side. Didn't play the semi-final. Avnish Saxoner. Comes straight back in. Has to take the reins from an injured Gandhi Mutanathan and gets 2 wickets inside the power play himself. 3 for the team. 41 for 3. Gaz into the attack outside the power play. Player of the semi-final, Girish Nair, sporting the neon yellow do-rag today. Let's go and have a look exactly what his figures were back in that semi-final. Got runs as well. Don't think he got a wicket, if I remember correctly, but he did a rapid fire, 200 strike rate, 30 odd to get Chingy Smashes the win. $36 in total off 18. Strike rate of exactly 200 in that game. And 4 overs, none for 41. When he got the player of the match because he got the win and got them into the grand final. Just waits on that one. Again, opening the face of the bat. Pops that one to a very short point. Suman Shah. Their number 1 attack bowler. And finds runs immediately, just eases it to mid-on. Drags that one down the leg side, and Takuri says, thank you very much, no fine leg in place. I'm going to sweep that one around backward of square for 4. Picks up his 3rd 4 of the innings. A little wayward here from Gary. It was off middle and leg. He was up to the challenge. Been very interesting if it had gone onto the pads for an LPW decision. But Thackeray's happy to get down on one knee and sweep around. See Venkatesh Davy there. Now at a bit of a keeper spot. That's lofted up in the air, but over the infield. Work to do for Vaishak. He's not going to get there. It's going to be back-to-back 4s for Takuri. And the 50 came up with that last 4. No, came up with this 4. Rhinos 51 for 3 in 6.4. Runs are good. 3 wickets a little worrying. Nice partnership can form between these two. It'll be much less worrying. Chingy Smashes will be looking to break it as quick as possible. Suman Shah just got the 9 in the semi-final. 9 off 8. And after 2 4s, just eases it to Davy. And that leg inside the circle, quite fine. Good over so far for the Rhinos. Gary with 1 ball left of his first. Already 11 runs coming from it. On the toes. And work to do. Naveed Khawaja calling his name for the first time today in the action. And at deep mid-wicket. Saxon are going to bowl out here. Captain's going to bowl straight through. 3 overs, 2 for 17 so far. A backward point on the 45 outside the circle, plus a deep third. You can just see the left elbow of TSING on the left of screen. Also a deep cover, deep square leg. I think Naveed's still out at deep mid-wicket in front of our broadcast area. Let's have a look and see if he's there. There he is, just underneath the clock, hiding from us in front of the tents. Bit shorter this time, pulled around the corner. Doesn't carry it to Vivek. Big, strong throw in over the top of Sachin's head. But Krishna Kumar was wise and backing up there. Bringing Singh inside, Bipinda that is, Singh inside the circle now. Comes off thigh pad, I think. He maybe got a bit of bat on that one. Nope, just thigh pad. Umpire Ashwin Dakania, who was in broadcast earlier this week for one of the semi-finals. Which one was he? Wednesdays. Now out there officiating. We're a multitasking bunch here in broadcast. We're scoring the Chingy Smashers versus Sunlawn Titans game for me up here. There he goes. He finally got onto it, but he's dribbled it straight to Bipinda, so it's only a single. He's been trying to get that feather going for a long time. Thoughts of an overthrow. Not much interest from Suman Shah. Another tidy over from the captain for Chingy Smashers. He's just got 2 balls left of his 4-over spell. Big gap out through leg, through the mid-wicket region. Kawaji comes in. One ball left of the 8th. On the pads, that's close as well. Finger does go up. That's another one. Saxon gets a wicket with his final delivery, and it's a big one. Thackeray departs for 33. The Rhinos lose their 4th on 58. Played across the line. It was nice and straight. And I think a good decision from Ashwin. Middle and leg. Okay, the opener is gone for 33. Wait to see who's coming in at number 6. 8 overs done, 58 for 4. And it'll be Adhikari who does come out to join Suman Shah at the crease. Of course, he'll be at the non-striker's end. Suman will be on strike. Gary looks like he's gearing up to bowl a second. It was a great spell from Avnish Saxena. 4 overs, 3 for 20. Well, I lied. Looks like Vivek Arya is going to bowl this over. Gary was putting himself in the equation. And the captain has decided it's time for Vivek to have a bowl. Oh, first good delivery. Getting it to kick and spin. Going to get 4 byes out of it. It was too good for Suman Shah, too good for Sachin Tendon. It was a corker of a delivery. Runs the Rhinos will take. Happy with that one. And another good one. Comes forward and turns away. Getting plenty of bounce as well. And rinse and repeat. This time Suman Shah sort of takes the bat away at the last moment. Will we see the flipper from Aria? Get it to stay low, skid on, stay straight. Oh, he's going to get a big top edge here. Oh, straight through first slip. Has to scamper back. It's a very good over. You'd almost put a slip in place. They've got a floating long off. Gary's not on the ropes and he's not in the circle. He's almost exactly halfway in between. Sunker's out at long on. Kawaja at deep mid-wicket and a deep square leg of Venkatesh Devi. Almost just grab one of those ones. Go stick them in that slip cordon. Because again, look at that. Look at the bounce. Sachin's now able to read it at least. He's moving much further across where he's standing. Almost in covering that first slip region. Oh dear. Wanted to try to bowl him around his stumps. He would have got himself a maiden there. As it is. One error to Vivek. Toe the bat, could get a wicket here. Tendon gets underneath, takes the catch. That's the end of Suman Shah. What an over from Vivek Arya. He's got 1 for 1. The 5th wicket falls for the HKNCA on 63. Shah out for 4. What over this was. That was a very good judge catch as well by the keeper, Sachin Tendon. Bikash Shrestha will come to the crease at number 7. With Saxon bowled out, we'll have to. I think it's going to be Venkatesh Devi having a bowl. He's having a discussion with the captain at least. All right, Bikash Shrestha has made his way out to the middle. Venkat does look like he's going to take the ball here. There he goes, picks it up. Well, that could be a grand final winning over that one from Vivek Arya. The dangerous Suman Shah just had no answer to the bounce and spin. He won't even mind the wide if he got a wicket off the next ball anyway. So a little bit of nerves here for HKNCA. Both these teams can go up to Grade 1 next season if they so desire. Pretty positive HKNCA will be very happy to go up to Grade 1. TSING is still in discussions. A floater from Venkat is very wide. The old appeal for the court behind. Trying to convince umpire Atif that It wasn't as wide as it was, but it was. And it's now another extra. Been tidy with the extras. There's quite a few on the books, but leg buys and 4 buys and wides plus 4. The actual number of deliveries haven't been too bad. Grade 2 final time, final game of the 2024 season. Faster one from Venkat. And so Myra's doing her final dance in broadcast. Haven't seen the dance for a while. Yeah. It's been missing, but the dance is back. And from all of us here in KCC Morning League, congratulations, Myra Baloch, on getting selected for Hong Kong, China, and flying off to Japan for the Invitational on Monday. Very proud. That's chopped up in the air. This should be out. Vivek Arya takes the easiest of catches. Shrestha departs for a duck. And the 6 wicket falls for HKNCA on 65. Couldn't have been an easier catch for Vivek Arya. Just popped it straight to him. So Bikash departs. Susan Shrestha, who's back in the side today, didn't play the semi-final. Look at that. Venkatesh gets another wicket. How many wickets has he got this season? Well, we saw yesterday's grand final for Grade 1, Myra. 96 all out for the Sky Warrior Marvels, batting first. And we're on target to something similar today. The Paul Rhinos won the toss, elected to have a bat. They haven't brought the runs so far for a Friday. Stays just inside the trams. Another good one. Successful over for Davey. He's got 1 for 1. Nepal Rhinos 65 for 6. 10 overs remain, 4 wickets in hand. Can they push up over the 3-figure mark from here? You'd need to against this batting lineup. So that's the 10th wicket for Venkat in the season. He's the leading wicket taker for TSING. Vivek Arya's now got 7 as well, tiring with Anant, who's not playing this week. Came down on whatever it was, Wednesday, when the semi-final was on, to cheer on the team. See if he comes down again today. His team in the box seat here. Looking good. Arya continuing to be unplayable. Almost spun that one too far. Got away with it. Spun a long way. There's the question from Milan. This time confined bat on ball. They're going to run on the arm of Davey. He throws a little wayward. And then we'll get the first run off the bat for Vivek. It is. He's only got the wide plus now 1 off the bat. Susan Shrestha, who has yet to face Vivek Arya, now on strike, looking to get off the mark. And going across the line, turns away. There's the flipper. You need the flipper on that one. You want to go straight on. Take that middle stump. All the 6s. Ominous sign for HKNCA. 66 for 6 after 11. The Rhinos are going at sixes. That's a good thing. 4 wickets in hand, not so much. Another over. Just the 1 run coming from it. 4 byes and a wide in his first, so 5 off that one. Then off the 10th, it was just 2 runs. Just 1 run. It's really tightening up here. Chingy smashes, putting the pincers on. Just waits on this one. Milan just toes it around the corner for a single. Deep mid-wicket and a mid-wicket inside the circle. I like the way that they've brought the fielders that are in the deep, so the long on, long off, are now almost closer to the circle than they are the ropes. A bit of a hover as they get into the late middle order and the tail end of the Rhinos. Just don't want that ball falling short if it goes skying out into the deep. And down the pitch, oh, there's a missed-stumping chance, I think, there. Everybody's eyes lit up on that one. Sousa, his eyes lit up, thinking he was going to smash that one for 6 onto Jordan Path. He missed it. And Sachin Tendon went, oh, stumping's on. Then he missed it. It's in the books as a dot. That one's just dabbed to Aria at backward point. Wouldn't be a wise run, so happy to go back and keep it as a dot. On the toes again, a chance. Does he get the back foot down in time? Yes, he does, just in time. Quite the all-rounder, Venkatesh Devi. Like I said, got 10 wickets this season. Second highest scorer for the Chingy Smashers. They're still looking at the scoreboard because we have 1 ball remaining. I thought it was the end of the over. Not yet. And he's second highest scorer. 222 runs so far with the bat. Only behind Naveed Khawaja. And he's taken 3 catches. It's pretty impressive. This is this spell. He's just a bit unplayable at the moment. Just the single coming from the 12th. Nepal Rhinos 67 for 6. Vivek Arya, big appeal, and after some consideration, umpire Hussain puts the finger up. Adhikari departs. That's the 3rd LBW of the innings, playing across the line. They get the wicket. Arya's got 2 for 2 off 2.1. Patik Paudel comes to the crease at number 9. 100 is looking tough now for HKNCA. Post-game, we will present the trophies to the champions and the runners-up of Grade 2. We'll also do Player of the Match. And if they're here, we'll do the leading batter, leading bowler, and Player of the Series. Otherwise, we'll just mention them on broadcast and post their trophy to them, I guess. These are the 2 best sides. So there's a good chance that players from either of these two sides might pick up some trophies there. All right. The right arm leg. He's dropped that one in short. It's a bit of a gift to start with for Powdell. Running on the arm of Ashutosh Singh. Home safely. First runs for Powdell. Mixing it up though. Vivek Arya. The floaty spinners and the flat faster one in, but that one's just a bit short. There's the floater. It's driven nicely. Gary is floating it. That position. You can see the two fielders I was talking about earlier, how they're not at all the way back on the ropes. Sunker's back further than Gary. Gary's actually floating a lot closer and wide now. He's under the scoreboard. That'll be because the left-handed Powdell's back on strike. If Powdell was to go straight here, on the leg side, perhaps through mid-on, you could find a boundary, but at the moment, he's a bit unplayable, Aria. Powdell asking Susan what he was doing there because it's dropped at his toes. Shrestha wanted a single. Waits on this one. Pulls through square leg. Backward square. Davey parried that one for 4, I think, as he just parried it straight. Oh, we're going to have a run out here. Somebody's got to go. No, they'll get back safely, and they might get 4 overthrows for it as well. Well, we'll need to get some confirmation on that one because I think that's 5. Well, it's a 6. You don't see 6s like that very often. You do see it in morning league. Run 2. 4 overthrows. Clever ploy in the end by the two batters by being at the same end and Vivek missing the stumps. Well, that was exciting. Got a wicket to start with. A 6 that didn't go over the ropes on the full. 8 runs coming from the 13th. Rhinos 75 for 7. Mara's asking me a question that I can't answer, but yesterday's Grade 1 final, Marvels made 96. Will the Rhinos get past 96? If you think so, let us know in the YouTube comments. What does Myra think? She thinks the Rhinos have got this. They're going to get to the 100. Not if they keep trying to run themselves out. And now they're going to go, oh, this is very morning league. Venkat spent so much time arguing with umpire Hussain about whether that was run out or not that they went for an overthrow. It's amusing. Okay, Powdell back on strike. Hit that massive 6 that ran along the ground. And goes through square leg again. This one backward of square. Aria's out there now, so it will be 1. Just looking at the comments. A full toss, swatted hard, gets the treatment it deserved. Apologies. The hand goes up from Davey. He knew that one was a loose one. 4 runs. We're asking if Anat was going to come down and watch on. He's dropped in the comments and said, yes, he's on his way. So we will see Anat down here later on. Boxo, I think Boxo's a Nepal Rhinos fan. A couple of fans from each team in the comments. Make sure you jump in and say good morning. Final game, final chance in the 2024-25 season to jump into the YouTube comments and say hello. It's been a long season, but we've been really happy that we've been able to broadcast it live with commentary for the first time. I'm not sure how many games I've done this season. You're probably sick of my voice, but just the last one, then you get 3 months break. They're going to run. Oh, a little misfield from Vivek. Allows the easy single this time. Still very dewy out there. End of the over. 8 runs coming from the 14th. Rhinos into the 80s. 83 for 7. Vivek Arya to bowl out here. 2 for 10 off 3. Quite impressive because 8 of that came off the last over. Did have 2 for 2 there. He's going to get yet another dot. That one went straight on, not turning back in. Handy 16-run partnership between Powdle and Shrestha. The faster one, whipped off the hips. Bipinda can't cut that off. That's going to be 4. Nicely played. Partik Powdle not playing like a number 9, where others have faltered today. He's looked rather good. Take full advantage of anything dragged down the leg side. And that's played nicely as well. That's going to be 4. Faishan couldn't cut that one off. Even though they had the deep mid-wicket in place, he just timed that beautifully. 91 now on the board. Okay, 3 balls left of Arya's spell. That 33 from Takuri. Nobody else getting into double figures for the Rhinos apart from this man on screen, Partik Powdle. He takes a tip and run, just forward of square. 22 off 12. That's very nice. Susan Shrestha just holding up the other end, staying out there. There's still 5.2 overs left. They need to bat their 20 here, HKNCA. Please give themselves a total to defend. Oh, corker ball again. It's just too good. Shrestha can't get bat on ball on a delivery like that. A smile on the face of Vivek. He talks to umpire Dekania. Full, punched hard, work to do for Khawaja. He picks it up with one hand, just forward of square. Be a single. Shrestha will retain strike. 15 done, 5 remain. HKNCA 93 for 7. Well, I think you're right, Mara. I do think they're going to get past the Sky Warrior Marvel score. Well done, you. Called it early. I agree, but I agreed at the time. But, yeah. Just vital in the grand final got to put on a defendable score. And something the Marvels just lacked yesterday. Losing early wickets, losing lots of wickets, all caught. Today it's been more about LBWs on the crossbat slog. Venkatesh. To be his final over as well. 1 for 12 now with that single. And they're plugging that leg side gap now. We've got a deep mid-wicket and a deep forward square. Almost 2 mid-wickets, to be honest. And Gary's lurking out at deep the cow corner as well from the left-hander. Full. And again, Susan comes a long way down. The throw from Aria was wide. Or was it Tendon? Sorry. He threw that one in just there on screen. Well, he promised he'd come down. Anand has arrived. Cheer on the Chingy Smashers. Swatted in the air and straight to the captain, Saxena. That's the end of a fine knock from Powell. But Saxena takes a great catch. Venkatesh has got 2 and the Rhinos lose their 8th on 94. The captain's catch, not too hard. You can watch on this replay. Didn't have to move an inch. Put the hands up, takes the catch. Davies now got 11 wickets for the season. And just 2 more wickets to get here for Chingy Smashers to go into the innings break. Sujit Limbu comes to the crease at number 10. Joining Susan Shrestha. Three balls left for Venkatesh. Can he find another one? I'm going to go through for a quick single. First runs for Sujit Limbu. Now when he comes out to bowl, I believe he needs 1 more wicket to go clear at top of the table in the bowling stats for the tournament. Oh, he's got a scamper here. A bit of a collision. Sulsan goes down. Gives the thumbs up. Might have a little delay here. I think he's smashed the helmet into something. Maybe into the bridge of the nose. I'll get the binoculars out. I wanted to see if I could see what's going on, but Takuri's just run out with a water bottle and blocking my view. Can have a drink of water at least. Well, I don't see any claret, so I'll be just an owie. Gets up. Venkat can finish off his spell. 2 for 14 so far. Very nice spell it's been. Him and Vivek getting the job done in the middle overs. And now now Venkatesh has to be inspected after getting collected up in that as well. Okay. Looks like we'll be ready to finish off this final delivery. Sujit with the blue pads on. Big swing and a fresh airy. So that's the end of a very good spell from Venkatesh. 2 for 14 off 4. He's bowled out. Is it Krishna Kumar coming into the attack? Looks like it will be. Krishnakuma Power picks up the ball. Ball his first over today, over number 17. Hasn't played in the last couple of games for Qingyi. They certainly didn't play in the semi-final. Back in the side with no Gandhi Matanathan. Still getting inspected here. It looks like just on the temple. Umpire and chief masseuse Atif Hussain gives some treatment. Pawa will be bowling to Susan Shrestha. So two players who have come into the side for the grand final who didn't play the semi-final. Susan Shrestha and Krishnakuma Pawa. Oh, big top edge. It won't carry down to third, who was set back on the ropes. Sunker down there. Take a single. Short up, pulled away, and Kawaj is going to have to come a long way. Actually, Ashutosh Singh will stop it with the boot just forward of square. Sujit maybe missed out there. Got it in the right slot, but just didn't get the full power on it. Does get a single, rotate the strike. Oh, going aerial. We haven't seen much of that today. Bhupinder Singh gets underneath it, takes the catch out in the deep. That's the end of Susan Shrestha. The 9th wicket falls. He's out for 7. The HKNCA are 98 for 9. Haven't seen too much aerial work. There's not been much to do down at Long On. When it does, Bhupinder was up to the challenge. Takes a nicely judged catch just to his right. Ran in maybe a step or two too far, but it didn't bother him. The big man, tall man, get the long levers out. Gets Krishnakuma his first wicket. Okay. Can the Nepal Rhinos get to 100? The 98 for 9. The number 11, Deepak Sharma, comes to the crease. The dangerous Krishnakuma with a wicket on his 3rd delivery. Here we go. Power to Sharma. Zipped one past the outside edge. Well, that's a handy extra. Nice and straight and well defended. Well, if a wicket was to fall right now, Myra, the Nepal Rhinos would be out in the exact same number of balls as the Sky Warrior Marvels were yesterday. Bowled out in 17. But they're not going to be bowled out. They're going to survive as it's punched to point. Takes the dot. Very tidy over. Comes to an end after 17. Ooh, all the 9s. 99 for 9. Gary back into the attack. He's a touch expensive in his first over. Went for 13. Looking here to clean up the tail and give themselves A good fighting chance with their big batting lineup to chase this down. Pretty easy. Good start, angling in. Sounded nice off the bat. It'll only be a single out to Khawaja though. Oh, direct hit, and it's directly hit Gary in the chin. We're getting some injuries late here. That one is nasty. It's kicked straight off the stumps into the side of the chin. Brought the 100 up. Is you watching if there's any claret coming from Gary now? He seems okay. 100 for 9. Naveed Khawaja showing why you don't run on his arm. Direct hit with one stump to aim at from out in the deep. Unfortunate for Gary though. He's fine. Bowling on. Goes the Yorker length. Right on leg stump. Squirted out. Another single, everyone. A bonus here for HKNCA. And you can't underestimate this Rhinos bowling lineup either. They're not going to find a big score today. They can defend lower scores as well. On the back of the man that's now at the non-strikers end, Sujit Limbu, equal leading run wicket taker in the competition. Well, that's going to be runs. It's going to be 4. Leg buys 4. Not off the bat, but they'll take it any way they can. Sujit Limbu's got 13, equal with Kannan Asuri, who won't be playing today because the Sunderland Lawn Titans lost the semi-final. But also Bikash Shrestha. He's got 11 this season. He can get 3 wickets today. He'll go top of the bowling tally, pick himself up a little trophy post-game. Of course, Venkatesh Davies now got 11 as well, equal with Bikash. Eight runs coming from the 18th. 2 overs remain. 1 wicket in hand. Rhinos 108 for 9. Change of bat for Sujit Limbu. Two runs he scored, wasn't happy with. He'll come back and sit at the non-strikers end. Krishna Kumar to bowl a second. He'll get the penultimate over duties. Talking a lot yesterday about the little red tractor, which is the extra cover, cow corner for the left-hander, extra cover for the right-hander. Haven't seen anything go out to the little red tractor today, Myra, but then again, we haven't had too many boundaries, really, have we? Score of 108. How many boundaries off the bat have we had? I'm heading back to the KCC Match Centre to have a look. Takuri scored 4. Malakar got 1. As Krishna Kumar comes in. They'll take a quick single. And Pratik Paudel picked up 3. So there's only been 8 boundaries off the bat today. Same as yesterday. Nerves of the grand final. Been low-scoring affairs. Palmer pulls out of that one as he saw Sujit already charging. Waits on it, cuts it backward a point to Davey. Another single. Up to 110. 125. maybe a chance from here, Myra? What do you think? 15 runs off 10 deliveries. Need more than singles, but if they can find the boundary or two, 125, be a good result from where they were, to be honest. They'll find just the single. Straightish to mid-on. Nelson's number, 111. Nothing on that one. Tries the reverse. Eight legal deliveries left. 2 left for Power today. That's popped in the air. It's not got enough on it to carry out to Kawaja. Once more, just a single. Run rate's been sitting at about 6 all day. Still 5.95. It's on target. There's going to be extras here, but a chance of a run out. Sing. Direct hit, safely home. Wait for the signal. Wide and 1. He's got confirmation from umpire HKNCA. So it's going to be 6 runs from the penultimate. The Rhinos 114 for 9. 6 balls remain. Isaac Utterman open the bowling, and we'll close the bowling for Tingy Smashers. Having a chat with the captain. What's his figures so far? 3 overs, 1 for 23. Gives himself some room here, and just dabs out one. Sharma down to 3rd, backward point region, just below the Boundary Cafe. TGIF breakfasts for the members watching on for the final morning league game of the season. This will be the final game at Kowloon Cricket Club for the season, in fact. The ground closing after tomorrow. The big KCC cricket ball on Saturday evening, which I'll be attending. Looking resplendent in my bow tie. So just Limbu now. He shuffles down, scoops out. Straight to Power. Another single. Tidy so far from Isaac with 4 balls left. They look like they might bat their full 20. Said they needed to. The score reflects that. They've been all bowled out for 90 odd. Wouldn't have much to defend. It's hard. Again, straight to Power. Direct hit. And what's the decision? The finger goes up, I think. Yes, it does. That's the end of the innings here in the Grade 2 Grand Final for 2024-25. Direct hit from Krishna Kumar, Power, and in the end, Sharma run out for 5. Nepal runners didn't quite bat out their full 20, all out in 19.3. Little breakdown in broadcast there, but we're back. There's the batting card. She's Takuri, top scoring with a 33. Powdell with a 22. The only two batters to get into double figures for the Rhinos today. And they were eventually all out for 116. The bowling card, please, Myra. And it's a threefer for the captain, Saxoner, leading the way, 3 for 20. Couple of twofers, Aria, 2 for 20, and Venkatesh Davy, 2 for 14, and single wickets for Krishna Kumar, who also got a run out to his name, and the opening bowler, Vaishak Untaman. So we're in the innings break here in the final game of the 2024-25 KCC Morning League season. It's the Grade 2 final. When we come back in around 10 minutes' time, TSING Smashers will require 117 for victory. Join us then. Innings break done here in the Grade 2 final of the KCC Morning League. Ready to get this final innings done for the season and crown ourselves a 2024-25 champion. Will it be the Nepal Rhinos of the HKNCA or the Smashers from TSING? They need 117. Bhupinder Singh on strike. Was he out first ball in the semi-final? Something like that. He'll be looking to find runs today. The captain at the non-striker's end joining him today. Susan Shrestha into the side for the semi-finals, much like Avnish Saxena at the non-striker's end. Takuri with the gloves on, the orange gloves behind the stumps. We're ready to get underway, starting with spin. Massive dust storm just blew on through. Stopping proceedings, ready to go now. Is there an edge straight away? Takuri thought so. Starts with a dot. You can see that breeze, it's picked up. It's even fluttering the sight screen and making the camera shake a touch. I hope it means no weather on its way. Cut away, first bat on ball for the Smashers, but can't beat the infield. We'll run around and tell you where all the fielders are today. They've got a third inside the circle, just off to the left of screen, a backward point and point. Deep cover, an extra cover right on the circle, not catching position. Mid-off, long on is out and floating halfway. Mid-wicket and a backward square. That's popped up in the air. Either of the two combined. Can they get there? Suman Shah almost got a hand to it, and then it ricocheted off his shin and almost went for 4. A bit lucky for Bhupinder, but he gets his first runs off the bat today. Still, look at that. We used to call them in Australia, they're called willy willies or dust storms, because little mini tornadoes. Weird weather out there. And again, another big one. This one doesn't bode well for the weather, but it's holding at the moment. Saxena faces his first delivery, drives nice and straight and gets through the field. A little misfield allowing first runs for Saxena. Gets down the non-striker's end. Run rate required, you can see. Just a tick under 6. Both finals, not high-scoring affairs. Shorter. Juggle, juggle, juggle. Another appeal for caught behind. Umpire DeCunnia, not interested again. Another dot. Waits on this one. It's popped up in the air. A chance for Bikash. He gets to it, but it just falls short. You can see the diving effort in the deep. He was floating, waiting for that one. Didn't carry. Another half chance goes begging. Bhupinder Singh survives. End of the first. The Chingy Smashers 3 for none, needing another 114 at exactly 6 per over. One of the men that had a half chance of a catch in the first over, Suman Shah to bowl over number 2. Umpire Atif Hussain coming over and having a little chat. Wonder if that's related to glove position from Takuri, whether he's close to having the gloves in front of the stumps. Ready to go, Suman Shah to Bhupinder. And that's again scooped up in the air. This time Takuri gets underneath it, takes the catch. The third time's the charm. Bhupinder has to depart. The first wicket falls for Chingy, smashes on 3. Singh out for 2. Suman Shah strikes immediately. He's looking to put that one down fine leg, but this went straight up in the air. And the orange gloves that Takuri takes another catch. He's taken some catches this season. It's high up on the fielding numbers. Once again, I run back to the KCC Match Centre to have a look at the stats and the fielding. I think that's his 9th catch of the season, top for the wicket keepers. Now, the big hitting Naveed Khawaja comes to the crease to join the captain. And they're going to make some adjustments because they know what's coming. I would suggest that the Rhinos put someone at the little red tractor because they know how much Khawaja likes going through extra cover. They're not, though. They're going to protect the leg side boundary, a backward square and a mid-wicket. And the mid-wicket of Susan Shrestha now moves to a forward square. So they've got a backward square and a forward square. Of course, everyone else having to be inside the circle. Mid-wicket, mid-on. And on the offside, everyone set back on the circle. Mid-off, cover, extra cover and cover point and a backward point, which is where that first one squirts to. Talking about stats. If we have a look at the batting table, Naveed Khawaja needs 36 runs today to be crowned the batting champion of Grade 2 this season. He's got a little bit on that one, has he? It was a good glove work in the end from Thakuri. It's just a wide, no bat on it. It's speared down leg, wide +1. Khawaja gets down the non-striker's end without scoring a run yet. Susan Shrestha comes in from that forward square inside the circle, and they're pushing Bikash back to the floating long on for Saxena. And that one's gone straight through the gate, overplayed onto middle and leg, and Suman Shah has 2 in and over. Chingy smashes 5 for 2. The captain Saxena departs for 1. Well, 2 wickets in and over keeps the Rhinos well in this game as Venkatesh Davy comes to the crease early on at number 4. 9 deliveries only into it. Second highest scorer for Chingy Smashes, 222 runs for Venkat. Nice full on middle and cannoning in to middle and leg from Suman Shah. Suman Shah's now got 11 wickets, same as the man on strike, Venkatesh Davy. There's a battle for the best bowler of the season. There's 2 players on 13 already, Kanan Asuri and Sujit Limbu, as I mentioned earlier. Now Suman Shah on 11. If he can find a Michelle today, he'll end up with the trophy himself. Puts it in the slot, given the treatment. There we go. First one to extra cover. Big hit to start with from Venkat. Stand and deliver. Stone cold faced. Similar delivery. That Saxena overplayed, but this time Venkat just waited for it. Didn't quite go to the little red tractor, but not far away from it. Just at the end of the training nets. And I think we've lost the ball. He's hit it too hard. It's gone in behind the training nets and the training sheds. So Morning League boss Afzal Hedda has to send out another Montgomery. I said it earlier. I'll say it again. I think with these two in the middle, deep extra cover is a must. Captain Mayo deciding what he's going to do with the field. At the moment, yes, there they go. Called it. The deep extra cover goes out. Bikash is inside. Sujit Limbu gets the duties out near the training shed. Not far away from the little red tractor. Pushes off leg stump just forward of square. No run there. One ball of an eventful over. 2 wickets and a boundary. On paper, you wouldn't have thought 116 was enough from the Nepal Rhinos, but this start, good chance, a big full toss, and almost losing his off stump there, Venkat. He misplayed it, but end of the over, 2 wickets coming from it after 2. Chingy smashes 9 for 2, netting another 108, still at exactly 6 runs per over. Suzan Tresta to continue. Calls of catch, but it's swatted through. First runs off the bat for Khawaja. Wasn't really a catching chance. It was wide of the cover fielder and smashed to the front of the training nets this time. Nice way to get off the mark here. Nice and wide. Cuts away. Not putting their deep extra cover in place yet. Feel like it'll come. Oh, I think Afzal's found that missing ball as well. That's why we have 2 out there now. Shrestha need to reset. Shorter one. Cut away on the offside again. Same result. Just going through cover. Cover point this time. Adhikari. That cover is just going and picking up the balls on the covers that are set out there on the offside. This time cut to point. Can't beat the infield. Takes the dot. Captain at point. Malakar. They've put the deep cover in place now. Adhikari's gone all the way back. And they've also got a deep mid-wicket. Stand-up punch. Oh, good diving effort at mid-on. I think it's HKNCA doing the fielding there. official drinks break here. As the batters with a 33-run partnership take a drink, and so do the Nepal Rhinos. Audio dropped out again. I'm not sure how far back it did, but I'm back, and I've been here all the time commentating. I promise. Susan Shrestha to bowl the 11th. Open the bowling. 2 overs, none for 16 so far. And Ashutosh, a handy 13 off 22. Another field change. They're taking the backward square out of play. They want to put in a gully, fly gully, backward point region on the edge of the circle. No, it's definitely backward point now. And the first one, good one. Said it earlier on in this innings though. HKNCA can't dot this out, even though they've bowled an over with a maiden. Plenty of dots in it. They need to find a wicket. They need to break this partnership. That's swatted hard, but straight to Bikash and Cow corner. Tries to go the feather through the slip cordon again. Misses it all. 46 off 57 with 7 wickets in hand. You'd think the Chingy Smashers have this one and will hold aloft the 2025 Grade 2 KCC Morning League Champions Trophy, which will be presenting post-game to whoever wins. That's cut nicely. 3 cover point for 4. 75 on the board now. Venkat up to 28. Look at that. Absolutely smoked. I think he's got 250 runs now, Venkatesh Davy, with that 4. He was on 222 beforehand. By my maths, 222 plus 28 equals 250 for the tournament, 2024-25 season. Great achievement. That 250 he's got's now leapt him up the batting order as well. He's now got the 4th highest score, going past Yogi Matani and Sylveg Kavatka from Sunlawn Titans, and he's 10 runs behind Vashath Jenka in 3rd on 260. He's not going to catch his teammate Naveed Khawaja. There's not enough runs left for him to do that, as Khawaja's now moved up to 326 for the season. End of the over, very tidy, 5 runs. That nice boundary, but still just the 5 runs coming from it after 11. Smashes 75 for 3, needing 42 more. And that equates to 4.67 runs per over. Thinley Kenchub to bowl a second. Full one. And Ashutosh knew nothing about that one. So Venkat called him through, getting through safely. He's just indicating perhaps it's that loopy spinner that, even though it was full, it was dipping right at the end. Venkat on strike. He swings hard, goes straight, but straight to long off, where they have protection. Sujit Limbu at long off. I've got the extra cover near the little red tractor. Suman Shah, deep square. Gagan at deep mid-wicket. That's where that one's going, but it's not going to carry to Gagan. It's just one bounce to the blue-hatted Gagan Limbu. Well, that's gone fine. Work to do for Suman. He'll get there. He gets there. And misfields. You can hear the result from the Chingy dugout. Got there, got the hands down, but it went straight through. Whipped it around the corner. Fortunately for the Rhinos, Suman Shah unable to cut that one off. Full again. Crunch to extra cover. Adhikari can't cut that off with the boot either. So it's going to be back-to-back fours. Venkat moves to 37. Can he hold his bat here? Venkatesh Davy. We'll find out post-game, but I think Venkatesh Davy is on track to be named Player of the Series for Grade 2. Between bat and ball and in the field, he's done it all. Wait for the official confirmation from boss Afzal Khader and umpire Atif Hussain after the game. Be watching on. We'll let you know. And those numbers speak for themselves. 50 partnership up as well with that single. 50 off 45, getting the job done for the Chingy Smashers. They're 87 for 3. Chingy dugout just looking up at the scoreboard and seeing the big 50-run partnership sign go up. Half of the runs from Venkat, 16 from Ashutosh, and some generous extras helping them get up to 87. 8 overs remain. They just need another 30 from here. Suman Shah being brought back into the attack. No Bikash yet. Maybe he cannot bowl. He's injured. Don't know the full story. If anyone watching on does know why Bikash isn't bowling, please do let us know in the comments on the YouTube. Suman Shah. Venkat was looking to put that one on top of the roof of the little red tractor at extra cover, but missed it all. So Bikash bowled 2 overs in the semi-final, 1 for 21. So it was okay to bowl then, but he bowled late. He was the fifth. He was the final bowler that was used. And that's going to be 4 runs back with a point down to the boundary cafe. Venkatesh with that 4 has now moved again up the table on the batting list. I'll get the official number that he's up to shortly. So he's just gone past Vashant Jekka. He's now got 264 runs to his name. And he's got the 3rd highest amount of runs of the season. Top of the table, Habib with 343. He'll take the batting trophy. He's not here today, of course, not playing in the final, playing for Markor. Sujit Limbu at the moment, as it stands, will take the bowling trophy with 14 wickets. And we'll find out who gets the player of the series and also player of the final. 4 trophies to give before we give the runners-up and champions trophy. Of course, for grade 2, the teams have the option to either go up to grade 1 or stay in grade 2. I know Markor, if they'd got through to this final, were thinking about staying in grade 2. Just got a message through from usual captain, team leader for the Chingy Smashers, Mr. Gandhi Mutanathan. And he said, after much deliberation, Chingy Smashers in the 2025-26 season will be playing in grade 1. They're going to go up, and I'm sure the Rhinos are going to go up too. That means that the Sergeant Spartans and the other team will be heading on down to grade 2 next season. End of the over, 5 runs off it. Another 25 required for the Smashers at 3.57. Well, it's finally happened. I still feel it's about 5 overs too late, but Bikash Shrestha, one of their leading wicket takers, is back into the attack. First time today into the attack. Bowled late in the semi-final as well. Can he break this partnership, a 55-run partnership, give a glimmer of hope to the Rhinos here in the grand final? Bikash can get a fourfer. He'll steal the title from Sujit. He's got 11 wickets so far. If the Rhinos want any chance of holding aloft the big gold championship trophy for grade 2, Bikash might have to get 4 here. But he's got Davey on strike. And he just goes through the slips again, beats the third, and takes another boundary, moving to 47. I think Venkatesh Davey is going to be picking up more than one trophy today. I think he's going to be picking up the MVP player and also player of the final. Tufa with the ball. And now 47 guiding his Chingy smashes. Ever closer to victory. 21 more runs required. Again, tries to beat the third. Does beat the third. He's just toying with the third. Brings up his 50. 51 off 35 deliveries. 11 fours. $100 runs comes up with the boundary. The half century for Venkatesh comes up with the boundary. Now just 17 more runs required. So many balls left. They're going to put the third finally back on the ropes. Try to cut off that 4 region for Venkat. Chingy smash, as it says on screen. And they have today. Methodical. Goes aerial. Actually falls short. It would have actually popped straight into the hands of a mid-off, but no mid-off in place. Talk about toying with the field. Just puts it up in the air, where a traditional mid-off would have taken the easiest of catches and takes a single. 16 required. Don't forget about Ashutosh Singh, 16 off 27. Doing the job, staying out there, making sure. That's going to be a wide. After a little bit longer than I thought deliberation from umpire Dakania. He does signal wide. 15. Well, I wanted to see Bikash earlier, but I didn't want to see Bikash giving up 10 runs off the first 3 legal deliveries of his over, but that's where we stand. He's still got 3 more to go. Short, pulled away hard, can't cut that off. Denley Kidchub was just out of the action. What an absolutely beautiful 4 this one was from Ashutosh Singh. Straight out of the middle. Bikash dropping it in short. He goes for his 3rd 4 of the over. Look at that. Pulled away. They had Kenchub out at deep square, so he just goes forward and hit it too well. Back live. And this time, Bikash is... I believe that was my rule coming into play again there, Myra. That one where it was off the pitch, but it was so full it's gone past the batting crease, and so it has to be called wide. That should be a no ball. This should be a free hit to Ashutosh for doing that. But as it stands, it's just a wide. Hate that rule. And that's a better line. Right off middle stump, picked that one out. Ashutosh got his eye in now, takes the single. Okay, final delivery of the 14th. 108 on the board. Short. Bit slow onto that one. Venkat, he'll find the single and retain strike. Big over. 17 runs coming from the 14th. Chingy smashes 109 for 3. They need 8 more. You want to know what the run rate is? Well, with the last 6 overs, they need to go at 1.33. Suman Shah, no, he picks up and moves off. Is it going to be Adhikari? It is. Milan Adhikari to bowl the 15th. If it goes for anything like that last over, it will be the final over of the Grade 2 season. Adhikari needs to get his line and length right. Absolutely first ball. Venkat on 53 out there. He does. Beats the outside. That's gone over the top of middle stump. It was only an inch or two above as well. Good first delivery from Adhikari. They'll go down here, the Hong Kong Nepalese Cricket Association, but they've been great throughout Grade 2 this year. Started off not so great. Every game they got better and better and better. And that's another one through the slips. That's just toying with Thakuri now this time. Another 4 for Venkat. And now one more boundary and Tsingy Smashers will be crowned the Grade 2 champions for 2024-25. He's loved this slot going through the slip cord. Almost getting a glove on that one, Ashish, but almost is not enough. It's cruise mode here for the Tsingy Smashers as they get ready to race out onto the ground. Swings hard, goes straight, and that's going to be the winning runs. Tsingy Smashers win it in 14.3 on the bat of Venkatesh Davy. 61 not out in the end to go with his 2 wickets. He'll be player of the finals as we watch a replay of the final delivery of the Grade 2 season for 2024-25. Look at that, stand, deliver, pose. As the players shake hands, we're going to go to the post-game presentation shortly. We'll have a look at the batting and bowling card to round out the Grade 2 final. Early wickets for the openers. Bipinda out for 2. The captain Saxon are out for 1. Khawaja, with his usual cameo, 19 off just 11 deliveries. But a 80-run partnership in the end between Venkatesh Davy and Ashutosh Singh got the Smashers home with plenty of balls to spare. There's the bowling card, just the 3 wickets falling. 2 for Suman Shah, 1 for Sujit Limbu, which is enough to get him a trophy post-game as the most wicket taker in the 2024-25 Grade 2 season. So there's the match summary. A top score by the wicketkeeper Thackeray of 33, but not a lot of support. Powell with a 22. And then Venkatesh Davy, 61 not out off 40, an 80-run partnership with Ashutosh, who got the second top score with 21, and a 2 for Venkat. Saxon, the captain, getting 3 for in that first innings, getting Nepal all out for 116 in the final over. We're going to get ready here. Put the camera on as KCC morning boss Afzal Haider standing there with the trophies. We'll bring the players across and we'll start doing the presentation. We've got the player of the final, best batter, best bowler of the series, runner-up trophy and championship trophy, and player of the series to give away. Plenty of trophies to give away, and at least a few of them are going to players today. Shortly, we'll be bringing the players across to present all the awards. Umpire Atif Hussain just doing all the calculations and hopefully sending me the details. He has. I know who has won. We'll wait and we'll announce it as. I'm going to do player of the match, player of the finals. And then the best bowler, best batter, MVP, and then runners-up and champions. As the champion Singy Smashers take a team photo. A few of the Nepal Rhinos are out there. They'll come and join as well.